And this is what I wanted to show you. Like, look at how different both colors look in the bottle, and then look at how it looks on my skin. Literally the same. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I hope that you are doing amazing. Today we are barefaced because we are going to be putting two new foundations to the test. We are going to be doing some sort of a foundation battle, just putting two side by side to see which one looks best, if we like them, if we love them, if we don't. And here we have the new Makeup by Mario foundation as well as the Haus Labs foundation. So I'll be putting one on one side, one on the other. We'll see how it looks. We'll add all the makeup. I'll give you all the deets and we'll see how it looks at the end. So if you would like to see how these two foundations look on thy skin, well then just keep on watching. So I do just quickly want to give you the rundown, the highlights, all the information that you need to know of each. We'll start off with the Haus Labs, and this one retails for $45. It's marketed as clean at Sephora, and it is called their Triclone Skin Tech Medium Coverage Foundation. Now, I did look for information on both and similarities of both, and I do see that both are medium coverage and both claim to be long wearing. This one claims to have a natural finish, liquid formula, it's clean at Sephora, it's long wearing, medium coverage, and also hypoallergenic. And it's described as a medium coverage, weightless, clean foundation with fermented arnica that helps reduce redness and protects from environmental stress. Like, that sounds lovely. So super excited to try this one. And then just quickly jumping on over into the Makeup by Mario, which is his newest release, and I literally picked this up like 3 days ago, is going to be the liquid foundation. And this one retails for $42. And this one claims to also have a natural finish. It's liquid formula. It claims to be hydrating, long wearing, and medium coverage. And this one is described as a breathable, luminous foundation that effortlessly builds and blends to illuminate the complexion with customizable, long wearing coverage. So just from reading the description, I'm getting that this one is luminous and it's going to add a glow to it, and it's actually very interesting. You can't really see it in this bottle, but when I was in store and I was looking at the testers, you can actually see like the pearlescence breaking apart in it, which was very, very interesting. But I have used this once already and it does give a nice luminosity to it, but there's no shimmer in it. So that's very, very interesting. And then this one claims to just be able to give medium coverage and a natural finish. So that's all the deets that I wanted to give you. So now let's get to the fun part and apply it to the face. So I'm just gonna push the hair back. We are curly today. This is literally what the curls look like, and they're actually behaving today, so I like how they look. And before we go directly into the foundation, I do just wanna apply my primer. We have the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I literally use this all the time. I recently rediscovered it again and I'm like, why have I not used this? It literally is a filter to your face, especially if you have pores. So I really have been enjoying using that. So I'm gonna just put that on both sides since I would typically always apply it wearing any foundation, honestly. And also, I've already done skincare. I put my serum, I put my moisturizer, so the base is set. Now I do just want to show you this side with the primer on, just so you can see how nice and smooth it is as opposed to this side. I mean, it's obviously more luminous because I have moisturizer and all that good stuff on, but I love how it just smooths out the pores and honestly creates the most perfect base for any foundation. So now that the base is done, we are going to go into the foundation, and I have here a brush as well as a sponge. I'm gonna use both for each because I typically always blend out the foundation with a brush, and then I like to finish off blending with a sponge. So we'll first go into Haus Lab, and let me just show you packaging because it feels so luxe. It's in this frosted glass bottle and the silver cap looks really pretty. It has the H right on top, and I am in the shade 260 Light Medium Cool. Now the naming of this is definitely very interesting, so I would highly suggest like getting your color matched in store because it's the complete opposite. I'm warm, so if I were to go based on a foundation that is titled warm, it actually leans cool, so it's in reverse, which is very interesting. I'm sure there's a method to why that is the way that it is, but this is the color that I am. So I'm just gonna take some right on in there, and I'm gonna just dot it with my face first. And it's very interesting because I want to show you guys also the bottles side by side. They look like two completely different colors, but Each are the closest match to me, so it's always funny to see. You have like 10 foundations and they're all different colors, but they're all for your face. So it's like, how does that work? So I'm gonna just take my brush like I mentioned, and we're gonna just start blending that out. Okay, so this is what the foundation is looking like so far. Color match is like literally perfect, so I love that. I'm like, let me just look at the skin up close and personal. So this is it with foundation, and then obviously this is the side that has no foundation so far. I can see the natural finish claim because as you can see, it still has that nice little glow. It's not super matte or anything like that. I'm gonna go in with my sponge and we're just gonna press it on in just to make sure we get a seamless blend. Now this is the first time that I use this foundation, so first impressions, I like it. I don't know if I love it just yet. I want to see how like everything else applies over it and all that good stuff and how it works with the powder, but so far honestly, just like color match wise, I'm loving it. And I also love that it still has that beautiful natural radiant finish at the end, so it's not super matte but it's also not overly glowy. So now we're gonna go into the other side with the Makeup by Mario one. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I wiped the back of my hand to make sure that we're not mixing anything. Gonna just take one pump of it. Honestly, don't even need that much because we're doing just half the face, but want to make sure that we are getting an even amount. And also this one is medium coverage, so we can build up on it. Honestly, I don't feel the need to have to do it just because thankfully I don't have any blemishes or anything like that to have to build coverage on, but it does say that it is buildable, so that is definitely one thing. If you like something that is more full coverage, both are buildable. Alrighty, cleaning the foundation brush, and then we're gonna blend it out same way with the foundation brush first, and then we'll go in with the sponge. I'm hoping these two colors are like good together so I don't have like one shade on one side and a shade on the other, but these were the closest to my skin, so they should work well side by side. And always carrying it down to the neck so that we don't look like we have a mask of foundation on. Right off the bat, honestly, from both of them, and I knew I was gonna love that, is that they're both medium coverage. So I feel like I am getting coverage, but it's not like a mask, which is the only thing that I'm not super crazy about full coverage foundations. And I love that you can build on them. So off the bat, I can immediately say that I love that about both. So going back to the Makeup by Mario, I'm gonna go into the sponge that I use, just the other side as well. And we're gonna just blend that out. Then we'll look at this up close and personal, add some makeup, and then come back and just see how it all looks. So this is the face with Haus Labs, Makeup by Mario. Let's assess and just see how we are looking. Honestly, they both literally look the same. The color match for both is spot on, which I think is so important when it comes to complexion. They both have a nice like luminous glow. Although the Haus Labs doesn't claim to be luminous like the Makeup by Mario one does, it does claim to have a natural radiance, which I do feel peeks through with the foundation. So I would honestly say the Makeup by Mario is a tad bit more luminous. And I'm sure it's because it has that luminous sparkle or pearlescence in it to be able to give that feature, but there's literally like no specks of anything, and you can just see it's just beautiful and reflective. But the Haus Labs also gives that beautiful reflection. So honestly, they're looking pretty similar on the skin. So I'm so far loving where we are right now, seeing them side by side. I'm looking into where I typically would have my pores, which is just like around this area and around the nose. And they worked well with that primer, so that is amazing. Honestly, skin is looking great. I love it. I'm gonna go to the rest of my makeup. We'll come back and see how it works with everything else, and then get our final thoughts on which one we like more. And honestly, so far it's looking like I'm loving them both equally because they literally look like the same foundation on both sides. Okay, so we are back, and guys, I am torn. It literally looks flawless on both sides. So this is the finished look, and I definitely just want to highlight two products that you must try. If you haven't tried the new Rare Beauty highlighter, what are you doing? You need to try this highlighter out. It looks stunning, and when you spray setting spray over it, it literally makes it look like liquid. And it's a powder. The only thing is it's very, very delicate, so you want to make sure that you put it in a place where it won't fall. But look at how stunning this is. Like, look at how stunning this is. But anyways, this video is not about the highlighter, but I did just want to show it because I did use it on both sides. And also over the eye, I just used the Moira Cream Shadow in the color Jupiter. It's what I have all over my eyes, and it is such a beautiful sparkle. But anyways, we're here for the foundation, and guys, I don't know. I'm over here thinking this is gonna be like, ooh, a battle. Let's see which one is better. Which one do I like better? And they're both kind of like the same, which is very interesting. They do have a lot of claims that are very similar. Like I mentioned in the beginning, they both mentioned to be medium coverage, which I absolutely love. That is my favorite and preference for foundation. They both actually claim to be natural finish, which I can definitely attest to. They are not overly dewy, nor are they overly matte, so definitely that beautiful natural finish. And both are medium coverage, which is my preference when it comes to foundation. And I love that you can still see like your skin peeking through, but honestly also not really. Like it's giving me coverage, but it's not giving me full coverage to the extent where it's like I feel like I have a mask on my face, but it still feels and looks like my skin. It doesn't feel heavy either side. So that's why I'm like, how am I supposed to pick one? I literally don't even, like, I'm speechless. I realized I also didn't mention what shade I was in the Makeup by Mario. Sorry about that. I am number 140, and this is what it looks like. I am torn. I literally don't know which one I would say is better. I love them both, and I already know I'm going to get so much use out of them. They also both do claim to be long lasting, so I will be putting it to the test. I'll wear this for the rest of the day, and be sure to include in the description if they do in fact stay the same way as it does right now, or if it breaks apart, if it starts to crease around the smile line. But even that, like, I barely have. I have just a little bit, which, you know, you have lines. What can you do about it? But wow, everything laid beautifully on it. I put my Nabla pressed powder on just to be able to set the concealer. The concealer is sitting beautifully on the skin. I used cream products, I used powder products, and everything is looking like I'm impressed. I am impressed. So honestly, if you're eyeing any of the two, I would highly recommend either. But also, if you are a medium coverage gal and you love your foundations, pick them both up. Pick them both up. I do not regret it. I am so happy about it. And I think one of the things that I love the most, which I'll continue to stress when it comes to complexion, is color match. Like, it can be very, very hard to find color matches that work well for me with yellow and golden undertones. So I feel like honestly both of them are spot on. And this is what I wanted to show you. Like, look at how different both colors look in the bottle, and then look at how it looks on my skin. Literally the same, which is insane. So honestly, it would just be a matter of preference. If you want to try the Makeup by Mario or the Haus Labs, honestly, I would highly recommend both because wow, this is gorgeous. Definitely going on my everyday shelf, and easily might just become one of my favorite foundations because wow. Wow, wow. I am here for this beautiful natural skin look. This is my type of makeup, so I would highly recommend it to you all. And so that concludes this video. That concludes this side-by-side battle of the Makeup by Mario and the Haus Labs, which honestly didn't turn out to be a battle at all because they are both equally just as beautiful on the skin, and I would highly recommend honestly both. Let me just actually give you guys the details to see if one has more. Nope. They both are 1 fluid ounce. So both have the same amount of products. They have similar finishes. So honestly, it's just a matter of which one you would go for. I can't even pick and choose and try to tell you like which one because I love them both so much. So highly would recommend them. It's a yes for me, so it should be a yes for you. And I'm super excited about having these two in my collection. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.